Spoiler warning, this preview and sneak peek video contains clips and stills from the upcoming third episode of Strange New Worlds Season 2. You've been warned. With Strange New Worlds Season 2 Episode 3, we're focusing into new territory, or rather, forging into new territory. A preview scene from last week's episode gave us a good idea of what to expect. But excitingly, little is known for this week's episode, which is titled Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. That's despite social media lied to on Paul Wesley, who does return as James T. Kirk, and Christina Chong were spotted filming the episode in Toronto last year. Nice one hiding that one, Paramount. Each week, Trek Central has brand new preview material for Strange New Worlds. It's time travel shenanigans on the cards this week, and this episode's title, which I'm not saying again as it's a mouthful. The official synopsis is as follows. La'an travels back in time to 21st century Earth to prevent an attack which will alter humanity's future history, and bring her face to face with one of her own contentious legacy. Ooh, I wonder who that could be. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow is written by newcomer to the Star Trek family, David Reed, who's known for The Boys and The Magicians, and it's read by Amanda Rao, who also helmed Season 1 Spectacular, The Elysian Kingdom. I quite like that episode, to be fair, it's quite fun. Okay, Kirk, take it away.
Who are you, and what the hell are you doing on my ship?
Welcome to Trek Central, I'm your host Captain Jack, and let's get straight into this preview video because it's that time of the week again. Before we actually dive into the video, if you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Star Trek universe. But as always, please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, because if you're talking about Star Trek, then we want to hear about it. Okay? Engage. This week we have brand new preview pictures for Strange New Worlds Season 2 Episode 3. The biggest thing we can see from these preview pictures is the inclusion of Carol Kane's Pelia. We know that La'an and Kirk will be sent back in time, and I guess they will meet up with Pelia in the past. We did learn that Pelia is a Lafronite, a long-lived species that lives on Earth for quite a few centuries. She looks to run some sort of antique shop, a perfect cover for owning artifacts you've occurred over your long life. So she is looking to take up the Guinan-like role of this week's episode, similar to a Riker role that Captain Mattel, Menelis Rothhonen, took on last week. Considering the time, it'll be interesting to see what other connections will be in this episode. Sanctuary districts, eugenic wars, we'll have to watch and find out. Either way, it's rather convenient they end up in the same place Carol Kane's Pelia actually is. The clip of this episode gives us a fascinating insight into how the story of the episode starts. We're having another alt timeline Kirk, similar to last season's finale. La'an comes across a man in a suit who has been shot by a bullet and says something has happened in the past, and La'an has to fix it. In some lovely continuity, he pulls out a device that shows a graphic almost one-to-one of the T-Cars interface from Time Agents in Star Trek Voyager, typically aboard the USS Relativity from the 29th century. We've actually done a full breakdown video of that starship here on the Trek Central YouTube channel. If you want to learn more about Time Agents, but specifically the starship they use, the Aeon Timeship, go watch that video, it's here. While the big detail is Captain Kirk in Star Trek Strange New Worlds, there is another key development. Lieutenant La'an is walking down the Enterprise hallways when some temporal effects happens. We can see this is a temporal effect due to a big revelation in just a moment. As I said, this appears to be an individual accidentally time beaming in, if we can call it that. It's an individual man wearing a rather plain suit with a gunshot wound, as we just said. Essentially, he tells La'an his attack in the past and she must solve it, shows her sort of like time interface thingamajiggy, and away the episode goes. Star Trek is no stranger to temporal issues within the past. For example, the series of Star Trek Enterprise dealt with a temporal war. Many events happened in the past which would impact the future. Here it seems like Captain Kirk in Strange New Worlds might have appeared due to a temporal incursion in the past, or in this case, the attack of the unknown individual mentioned. Are Star Trek time agents going to arrive? I hope so, I'd like to see the Relativity again. Interestingly, the unknown man pulls up a device to show to La'an. As we said, this resembles a T-Car's design, which stands for Temporal Computer Access and Retrieval System. It's basically the 29th Federation timeship version of the LCARS interface that's in the next generation and onwards. The fans who watch Star Trek Voyager will remember the USS Relativity. They occasionally worked with Captain Catherine Janeway and 7 of 9 to help correct the timeline. We almost thought they were going to show up in the second season of Star Trek Picard when one of the original actors who played one of the time agents played a new role in that second season. Unfortunately not, it was just a bit of a coincidence. So this episode looks to be another mashup of yesterday's Enterprise, a security officer finding herself on an alt timeline version of the Enterprise. Also, with a little Voyager's Relativity with the Starfleet officer being tasked by time agents to fix the attack in the timeline. It's not very temporal paradox, you know, whatever what's the temporal accords called? The temporal prime directive, I think it is. It's not in line with that, is it? Thankfully, we have a new teaser trailer for this week's episode in the week. It's used some scenes used in the Ready Room preview trailer we just spoke about. Interestingly, we do get a glimpse of the attack in the past. This is a bridge destroyed, likely impacting the timeline. Earth's emergency vehicles can be seen around the scene of attack, and we'll come back to this in just a second. We do get a great shot of Kirk in what is now his Ready Room, sitting in a black chair. La'an transports her and Kirk to the past, with the pair arrive in Toronto, Canada. Convenient given they film the series here as well, so I guess they just had to nip out the back. We can see a sign of a building for Toronto's Eaton Centre. We've also got a quick glimpse of Carol Kane's Pellier, who we know has been on Earth for centuries at this point. La'an and Kirk witness an attack what looks to be the same one that destroyed the bridge we see at the start of the teaser trailer. Why this bridge has some sort of cultural significance for the timeline, I don't know. Hopefully we'll learn it. Oh, by the way, I should also just jokingly say this as well. It seems Amazon accidentally leaked episode 3 on Amazon Prime Video via Paramount Plus, so keep checking that one as it might happen again this week. Who knows? Paramount PR on a cracking roll this week. The final scene is Kirk driving a car, which is perfect, and I want that car. I'm pretty sure I'd drive it in Grand Theft Auto, but that's another story for another time. Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2 is off to a fantastic start. The first two episodes have launched the crew of the Enterprise into a brand new adventure. However, viewers will know that there is trouble on the horizon. Even before we get to the likes of the Star Trek Lower Decks crossover episode, fans can see a threat building. The Gorn had been teased in the first episode of Season 2. Admiral Robert April, played by the fantastic Adrian Holmes, knows something is coming, but how long before he reveals the truth to Captain Pike? Meanwhile, we look to Captain Kirk in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Paul Wesley will appear as the legendary Star Trek captain in episode 3 of Strange New Worlds Season 2. This episode, just like last week, looks to be a Trek stable point. Time travels to the modern day to help fix the timeline, yet we have references to the T-card system used by the temporal agents from Voyager. I do wonder if this episode might link as well into the temporal Cold War from Star Trek Enterprise. But then again, given a synopsis, it could link to Khan Noonien Singh. That would be an interesting revelation. And considering this is alt timeline shenanigans, Kirk can meet him now and it wouldn't bug over timeline canon. It is fascinating how Strange New Worlds has continued to introduce Kirk, but an alt-timeline version of him. From a bad timeline of Pike remaining in command of the Enterprise during a Balance of Terror incident, to now Kirk being captain earlier than expected. It'll be interesting to see what other changes to his timeline need to be corrected by La'an so that everything makes sense. We've actually got another video on Captain Pike's future coming tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that one as it might have some interesting revelations for the upcoming second season, and you're not going to want to miss this one. The new episode Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which is a bloody mouthful, premieres on Thursday, June 29th on Paramount Plus, with new episodes dropping weekly on Thursdays. Star Trek Strange New Worlds streams via Paramount Plus in the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Latin America, France, Germany, Brazil, South Korea via TVing, France, Italy, Germany, Switzerland and Austria, as well as CTV Sci-Fi / Crave in Canada and TVND in New Zealand. Oh, and from June 16th, which is way past now, on Sky Showtime in the Nordics, the Netherlands, Spain, Portugal and Central and Eastern Europe. That's a mouthful, but hopefully you can watch a brand new series. So, are you excited for this week's episode of Strange New Worlds? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media or join our community Discord server. For now, I've been Captain Jack, thank you very much for watching and we'll look forward to seeing you throughout the rest of the week, especially for the time travel episode this Thursday. It's going to be exciting, please give me time agents. Okay everyone, live long and prosper, and I will see you next time.